He sat on the cold sidewalk every day, guitar on his lap, eyes on the ground. People hurried past, phones in hand, hearts somewhere else. To most, he was invisible. But one afternoon, a stranger stopped. He didn't drop a coin. He asked one question that would change John's life forever. That question was simple. "What's your plan?" John blinked. For 2 years, he'd been waiting for luck, waiting for a chance, waiting for life to notice him. And the man just smiled and said, "If you keep waiting for change, that's all you'll ever get, spare change." In that moment, John realized something most people never do. He wasn't just waiting for change, he was waiting for permission to start creating it. Meet John. Once a dreamer, now a street musician playing for loose coins and leftover attention. Every morning, he'd claim the same corner, rain or heat, exhaustion or hope. He wasn't begging. He was trying to be heard. Because inside those songs were pieces of a man who hadn't given up. Not yet. But every day, as faces blurred and footsteps faded, a little more of him disappeared. He told himself things would get better. That change would find him. But deep down, he knew. No one was coming. That stranger didn't just listen, he noticed. Watched how John played, how his fingers trembled between notes. After a few chords, he said quietly, "You've got something. But what's your plan?" No one had ever asked John that. Not about music. Not about life. The question hit harder than rejection, because he realized he didn't have one. And when the man left, his words stayed, echoing louder than applause ever could. That night, John couldn't sleep. His mind replayed that one line. "If you keep waiting for change." He looked around his tiny apartment. Empty ramen cups, unpaid bills, silence. He realized he'd been surviving, not creating. He'd been waiting for someone else to prove his worth. So the next day, he decided to try something new. He played louder, smiled more, added energy, but nothing changed. The same coins, the same glances, the same feeling, invisible effort. As the evening lights flickered on, he packed up his guitar and whispered, "Maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just not good enough." But then, something in him snapped. Not in anger, in clarity. He realized he'd been playing for validation, not connection. Music was never meant to earn attention. It was meant to give it. He stopped in the middle of the street, whispering to himself, "What if I gave before I asked?" That was the night everything changed. Walking home, he passed a flower shop. He noticed how everyone who walked out was smiling, not because of the flowers, but because of how they made them feel. And it hit him. Maybe people didn't need more noise. Maybe they needed a moment. So the next morning, he used his last few dollars to buy a dozen daisies. When the shop owner asked what they were for, he said, "An experiment in kindness." That day, for every coin dropped in his case, John handed back a flower. At first, people hesitated, confused. Then, smiles, laughter. One woman teared up and said, "No one's ever done that for me." Word spread. Someone filmed him, the flower musician. Within days, videos of him giving out flowers were everywhere. People weren't just listening to music, they were feeling something. Kindness had become his melody. Coins turned into bills. Local cafes invited him to play. A small radio station called him the man who turned spare change into smiles. And for the first time in years, John wasn't invisible. He was impact. But what mattered most wasn't the fame. It was that he'd finally understood what the stranger meant. Change doesn't come to you. It begins through you. John saved enough to record his first track, Change Starts Here. Every download helped fund free flowers for shelters. Soon, hundreds joined his small mission: musicians, artists, students, strangers. One act of giving had sparked a wave of creators choosing generosity over judgment. He wasn't just playing songs anymore. He was starting movements, one melody, one flower, one moment at a time. 6 months later, John played outside a crowded cafe. Through the sea of faces, he spotted a man in a familiar suit. The same man who'd asked the question. He stood quietly, listening. No words, no advice. Just a small nod of respect. John didn't stop playing. He didn't need to, because this time, the music spoke for him. That day, John realized his life hadn't changed because someone gave him a break. It changed because he decided to give first. He stopped waiting for the world to notice him and started creating reasons for it to. He understood now. Change isn't a miracle. It's a muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger it gets. Maybe you've been where John was, waiting for the right time, the right call, the right sign. But here's the truth: waiting keeps you safe, not fulfilled. Change doesn't knock, it whispers. And the whisper is always the same: start where you are. Give what you have. Because no one changes the world by waiting for permission. They change it by creating moments that make it better. One flower, one song, one choice to give. That's all it took. Not fame, not money, just courage to create instead of wait. So the next time you feel invisible, remember John. Remember the man who turned spare change into real change. Because he chose to give first. If John's story moved you, share it with someone who's been waiting for their chance. Tag a friend who's sitting on an idea they haven't started yet. Because sometimes, the smallest gift starts the biggest change, and you might be the one to start it.